Libra, you guys are about to have a brand new beginning that is pretty positive, but I think that a lot of you guys are going to be forced or encouraged to dig up some old wounds. They could be relational, they could be around intimacy, they could be around asserting yourself in partnerships. Nonetheless, it is a new beginning and it is going to teach you something. You guys are getting quite a glow up in your career, maybe in your social standing in some way, reputation looking a lot better. Maybe you're going to be known for something that you really want to be known for. You guys could be known for your work as well. And with Uranus going back in Taurus, it is going to be asking us, are we happy with the way that we are handling our finances, with the way that we are taking care of ourselves? And you are familiar with the energy of Venus ruling Taurus, and Venus in your sign, up until November, is bringing you a lot of luck and happiness and beauty. So without further ado, if you are new here, welcome. My name is Violetta Alexis, and I've been a tarot reader for 5 years. If you're not new here, welcome back. Obviously, I am happy to have you. So let's go ahead and get right into it. All right, Libra, let's see what's going on with you. And take a look at the past energy. So that would be mid-October. Then we're going to take a look at present, which would be late October. And then we're going to take a little look at the first week of November for you guys. So let's see, what can we expect for Libras? We have the Five of Swords for the past situation. So, mid-October could have felt a little bit rough. You could have felt like there was a lot of mind games going on, maybe some manipulation, maybe some underhanded tactics were at play as well. It can be uncomfortable. The Five of Swords is that energy of like winning at all costs. Maybe you were doing that. Okay. It really depends on your own personal situation. Seven of Swords reversed. Ooh, there could have been some guilt for some of you that you felt about a situation, or you could have confessed something that you did. You could have been confessing how you were feeling about a situation as well. So the Seven of Wands. Ooh, it seems like you guys were defending a truth of some sort that may have felt a little bit rough. What's the oracle for this? Your dreams need a practical plan. So maybe there was something that you wanted. Maybe you were willing to kind of run over a couple of people in order to get that. Maybe you were willing to kind of manipulate your way through a situation in order to acquire what it is that you wanted. Whatever this is, I feel like you got it. Unfortunately, that may have caused some naysayers or may have caused some jealousy from other people that could have kind of put you in a pickle. All right. So I definitely feel like you guys realized that there was a very serious take that you were needing to focus on when it came to some kind of plan that you had put in motion or that you were trying to put in motion. Again, it feels like you got it, but at what cost? Is like kind of the vibe. So reverse it if you need to, of course. Let's take a look at the present. This would be late October. We have the King of Cups. That's really interesting because Sagittarius got that as well. Oh no, I'm sorry, Scorpio did, and that's a Scorpio card, right? I also have Taurus here, so some of you guys could be dealing with a Taurus or a Scorpio. The King of Cups to me, if you're not a masculine and you're a feminine, you could be having like somebody who's really in love with you, is somebody who is trying to be very supportive of you. This could also be a therapist. If this is you, then this is just you being more emotionally mature. And then we have the Four of Wands. It could be a relationship. So if you guys are looking for love, I feel like you could definitely find it. It seems like you're coming out of your shell a little bit, which I want to say proud of for some reason. Why do I want to say that? Proud of. For some reason, it's telling me that you should be proud of something. The Three of Cups reversed. You guys may be disconnecting yourself from any kind of naysayers or anybody who has any kind of issues with you. For some of you, again, there could be some kind of competitive nature that's kind of following you around, or some kind of jealousy from other people, gossip, rumors, drama. If that's the case, I just really wouldn't get involved, especially during this upcoming Mercury in retrograde. The oracle for this, Scorpio. Well, we got a Scorpio stellium in the sky during this time. So I'm not really surprised about that. And we are going to see that Sun square Pluto coming up. So this could definitely be a time where things are exposed, maybe some shady friends, anything shady going on in relationships or finances, a marriage, maybe you're exposing something. And then down here, let's see what we have for the first week of October. The Ten of Wands reversed. Well, that could represent a lot of things. That could either represent that you're deciding not to carry a burden that you feel like is not yours, or that you are biting off more than you can chew. The Four of Cups reversed, this can either represent you kind of being in this woe is me energy. Maybe you're a little sad, but you're not really doing anything about it. Or it can be like you're deciding to overcome that. So it really depends. Then the Three of Pentacles reversed. You and somebody are just not on the same page. I'm getting like, if you look at this entire row here, it's like we got the Seven of Wands where you were being challenged in the past, the Three of Cups reversed where somebody maybe didn't want to associate with you or vice versa, or some gossip, rumors, drama, and then you and people not being on the same page. So it seems like you and other people are kind of having some conflicts, Libra. Yeah, you guys are having some conflicts with people is kind of what this feels like to me. What's the oracle for the important parts? Embrace each element, weaving them into your story with openness and understanding. Okay, so this is telling you to use your head. This is telling you to use your compassion and your empathy. This is telling you to utilize your resources and telling you to use your passion, use your vitality in order to maybe, I don't know, gain something. Okay, so let's just go ahead and clarify this because I'm definitely curious. Those are some crazy cards to come out to start out with. The Five of Swords in the past position with the Five of Wands reversed. Okay. Can I get one more for that? The Six of Cups. I feel like you were at a point where you just kind of knew when to walk away, in my opinion, you know, just appreciate something for what it was and kind of move on is the vibe that I'm getting. I mean, that Five of Swords can certainly represent where, somebody was willing to win at all costs. Even if it was against your own relationship, even if it was against your own marriage or your own friendship. And you could have just been at this point where you're like, that's okay. It's just really not worth it to me. I don't want to like put a stain on our relationship, or I don't want to put a stain on our memories or something like that. So it looks to me like you were maybe trying to take the higher road, okay, in a situation that could have felt a little bit uncomfortable. Hmm. What's that? Seven of Swords? The Nine of Cups reversed. Hmm. I'm getting that saying, everybody for themselves. That's what I heard. And then I also think about the Seven of Swords reversed. The Seven of Swords reversed can sometimes talk about a person who has decided that they just need to focus on what they can gain, instead of putting so much emphasis on everybody else and what everybody else wants. And you could have felt like when you were doing the opposite before, maybe when you were focusing too much on what everybody else wanted, you could have felt like you weren't really getting what it is that you wanted. There was something that you were missing. So you could have decided to become a little bit more selfish. Okay. Because whatever you were doing, and you could have been very honest about that. Maybe somebody was honest with you. I don't know, but I'm not going to read it like that. Okay. Oof. This feels like a little tough. I'm not going to lie. It feels a little tough. Because I think that what you wanted is peace. But it was hard to have peace because you felt maybe drained. You felt very drained by a situation. And like all it made you want to do was just like be alone and like isolate. The Seven of Wands, the Ten of Cups reversed. Well, some of you may have felt like you had to defend yourself against a relationship or a family dynamic that wasn't really serving you anymore. There could have been something that happened that was very unexpected. You could have felt like people were lashing out at you in some way, or there was something that someone else wanted and they were trying to take it from you. I feel like you came out on top if you were the Seven of Wands. What's that Taurus card about? The Queen of Wands reverse. Well, the Queen of Wands is fire, but when she's reversed, right, that's Aries energy. But when she's reversed, she can be very passive aggressive, not confident. She can be the type to like throw a chair across the room, be very jealous of others, try to like kind of ruin your name on the low. Okay. So I don't know what that was about. It can just simply be about not having confidence, and something may have been trying to push you to take a more practical approach to something, and maybe that's what you did. For some of you, I feel like maybe you were dealing with some jealousy from others. Okay. And it may have just been encouraging you, like spirit, God, the universe, yourself may have been encouraging you to just kind of like par the course. I'm not gonna lie, that like mid-October is a little rough, Libra. So let's see this in late October. We have the King of Cups with the Chariot. Ooh, Scorpio and Cancer. So I really like this energy. There could be somebody who's coming to visit to see you. Maybe they're going to take you on a road trip of some sort. But this is somebody who's trying to hold space for you, especially emotional space. Scorpio to me is like kind of the rock of the water signs. And so I feel like there's somebody here who's trying to be that for you, somebody who's very in control of their emotions. Maybe they're trying to solve a problem for you as well, as what I'm getting, but you have a lot of emotional support here. If you guys are this King of Cups, then I feel like nothing is really going to deter you. You have Scorpio here, which is fixed energy. Good luck stopping a fixed sign. No matter how long it takes, they will eventually get there, And then we have Cancer here, which is a cardinal sign, which is about taking initiative, being in control of the situation. And so you guys could be having a lot of drive moving forward in late October to either achieve some kind of relational goal or achieve something else altogether. Then we have the Four of Wands. Wow, with the World. Some of you guys could be selling a house or closing in on a house, like closing in on a house. Okay. For some of you, that's what I'm getting. For others of you, this could represent a very mature relationship, something that can stand the test of time. To me as well, because the World is the last major arcana, this can be where a relationship kind of graduates to the next level. Okay. Where something goes further, where you can, maybe you guys move in together or something of that nature. But if it's not that, then it can also be, deciding to commit to having more fun in your life and getting out of the house and things like that in a mature way. Like, I don't think that with the Four of Wands in the World being here, that this is about somebody who's going to go out and do a bunch of lines of coke and get, shit faced on the weekends. This is like, okay, I'm going to go out with my friends and we are going to join a book club, or we are going to join a finance class together. Maybe it's something like that, right? But it looks ultimately positive. We have the Three of Cups reversed with the Two of Swords. It's just really you avoiding any kind of drama, gossip, rumors, drama, any people that are committed to misunderstanding you or trying to create some chaos in your life. I feel like this is pretty self-explanatory. Scorpio and the Hermit. Ooh, talk about going deep. So, when you mix Scorpio with Virgo, I think that Scorpio and Virgo are cut from the same cloth in a way. They just go about getting their information a little bit differently. Scorpio is very deep and it's a little dark, but it's vulnerable. It gets down to the bottom of things. And well, to the bottom of what? The Hermit is about the self. It's about who we are as a person. It's about where we may have sought out external validations instead of just knowing that we are enough or we are good enough. And you can be kind of realizing that in this late month to come. So let's see this first week of November. We have the Ten of Wands reversed, and then we have the Death reversed. Oof. You are biting off more than you can chew. And it's something that maybe needs to change. There's something that you need to finish or complete, to be honest. It can't just be that. It can be something that's kind of hanging in the air, and it's like, you need to finish this. Maybe it's a tarot deck that you need to complete. Maybe it is a relationship in your life that's just very stagnant and it's like going nowhere, or somebody's not changing, or it's holding you back. Something about that needs to end, because there needs to be some kind of change, some kind of, like, it's been going on for a long time. Like the Ten of Wands, this is like a long time. It's like something has to change, something has to give. Can I get one more for that? The King of Swords. I feel like you need to cut something out, but you're only going to be able to do that through logical thinking. We have the Four of Cups reversed with the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, that's good. So that's good. So it shows me that there's some kind of reprieve. So after you do this, after you cut this thing out, you're finding reasons to be happy. You're finding reasons to be grateful, to have gratitude for your life. You seem to be looking good, feeling good, smelling good. You're in a more stable position. You seem to be really happy. Instead of like overworking or putting so much energy into something that's really not going anywhere, you may be of the mindset of like, I don't need to do that, something that I kind of figured out while I was taking all of this time off is that I don't need to overwork so hard thinking that life is going to slip through my fingers if I don't, and I found richness in other things like family, being able to have the luxury to stay at my parents' place whenever I want, out in this beautiful nature. And, I was just able to explore more things that I was grateful for and able to enjoy my life instead of like carrying burdens that weren't mine to carry or that I didn't really need to carry. So I feel like you guys are having a moment like that as well. We have the Three of Pentacles reversed and the Page of Wands reversed. You may be putting a halt on some kind of collaboration or some kind of work situation where you're like, yeah, I don't think so. You can be finding out like maybe somebody's talking bad about you or something like that. And you're just like, yeah, I don't think I'll be collaborating with this person. I'm not a big Nicki Minaj fan, okay, but I'm gonna use this as an example. There was these girls, this girl band that was like up and coming many years ago, and Nicki Minaj wanted to do a collaboration until an old video surfaced of one of the girls from like 5 years prior to that talking bad about Nicki. And she's like, well, I wanted to, but I don't want to anymore, because of da. So it kind of feels like it's something like that. Okay. So it just feels like you're not moving forward with a collaboration or with a certain set of people. And I'm seeing a big theme for you with that. Okay. So embrace each element, weaving them into your story with openness and understanding. And maybe a time for you to break free. And this is by, once again, using your logical mind, utilizing your compassion, being able to humanize situations, being able to utilize your resources in order to break free, utilize your passions and your courage in order to break free from situations. And I feel like that's just basically what it's kind of telling you. Okay. So that is what I have for you, Libras. Thank you guys so much. And I hope that you have the best October and rest of the year that you can. Bye for now. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you guys want to book a personal reading with me, you can do so on my website at www.violettaalexis.com. If you would like to book a scheduled session with me or text and or call spontaneously, you can do so at hipsy.com/violettaalexis. All of that information can be found in the description box below or in the pinned comment in the chat. Thanks a lot, you guys, and I'll talk to you soon. Have a great mid-October.